Police in riot gear are moving Occupy Wall Street protesters out of Oakland right now. They've spent weeks camped out in front of City Hall. Then early this morning Pacific time, police started cuffing the demonstrators and leading them away. Police are in fact telling people who work downtown to put off starting their day. KNTV's Bob Riddell is live in Oakland for us, and I understand you had to kind of take shelter in your van. What's going on out there?
Well, there were some people with Occupy Oakland who had some choice words for us on air, so I figured it would be better if we were able to sit into a van. Good morning to you, Chris. If you look out to the right, you'll see Snow Park. This was one of two locations of the Occupy Oakland movement here in Oakland. This is by Lake Merritt. About 45 minutes to about an hour ago, Oakland's finest, you can see them right there, descended on this park, and they took away perhaps 10 to 15 protesters. They had been camped out there. You might be able to see in the background there some of the tents that were here. Like I said, this was one of the smaller locations of the Occupy Oakland movement. The larger location was downtown in front of City Hall, is what we refer to as Frank Ogawa Plaza, and that's for about the past 2 weeks. There were 150 tents set up with at least perhaps 200 to 300 protesters. Well, about 2.5 hours ago, there were about 200 to 300 Oakland police officers who descended on that to shut it down. They had given the protesters an eviction notice this past Thursday. They refused. They held their ground this morning. Yesterday, when they started getting word that maybe police were going to be doing a raid, they started barricading themselves into that area. The police surrounded the park, and what was most noteworthy was just how smooth the takedown of the plaza was. It took place in about 30 to 45 minutes. There were some protesters, several, who came out on their own. We talked to one gentleman who said, "I don't want to be arrested. I have a family. I have kids at home. I want to be out of here." But then there were a core of protesters who stayed to the very end. I'm going to say there was maybe 50 to 75. They have been arrested. There wasn't much in the way of violence. One tear gas canister went off. It's not clear if that was OPD or a protester. There were also a couple bottles thrown, some pushing and shoving during the arrest. But other than that, yes, contentious, but as far as physical, not so much. Chris.
All right, KNTV's Bob Riddell with that live update. Thank you so much.